Let's try that. How about that? How about some of that? How about some of that? How about now? Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. How about that? Just gonna play one match to get the 10 assists, 2 upvotes. I really don't even need to do this at all. It's like nothing. It's like nothing. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just get it done real quick. Not worry about it. What the fuck? Okay. I'll just have Discord open, I suppose. Just let me doing laundry on the side here. Just gotta remember to give 2 upvotes. Oh, we're dead. Oh, jeez. Oh, bro. I got him clipped. We're getting hit from behind. All of a sudden we're taking a ton of fucking damage. Unfortunate. Help with Thor. Oh shit. I got that all right at the fucking end. Hello. Let's just run that back. Hulk and Namor is completely different. I like it though. Oh, we still have a thing. What was the tank we had before this? As soon as they actually come out, I'm gonna ult. Oh shit. Fuck. Right as he ulted too. It's crazy that they still have almost 2 minutes. Damn it.
Damn.
Hello.
Hi.
This one match I decided to play was Payload.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Why is that map on? What are you doing?
Spider-Verse thing?
Spider-Verse thing?
Yeah. The
Is
like
that what he said?
Spider-Verse 2099. The like Tokyo looking one. I don't know. But I think we just won it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just won it. 31 assists.
Wowza.
They made it so much easier to get assists as Rocket. I love it. Like, I think the, they changed, like, the coding on the orbs. So now if your orbs are healing or in contact with your teammates while they get a kill, you get an assist now. Because I think the only way you got assists before was through his ultimate.
His ult.
Yeah. And now you just get assists all the time.
Yeah, it's very loosey goosey. Which is perfect. Works.
Well, now I feel like it's just crazy. Like you just get assists. Like I got 31 assists.
Yeah, and his orbs are like actually good heals now.
Crazy good heals now, yeah. It's crazy. I'm getting off now.
Alright, cool.
I already did my mission. I already did like we already did so much yesterday that I just didn't have anything to do today.
Yeah, I got mine done really like early on. I had time during the afternoon for like an hour or so.
Dude,
I just got it done.
did you play? How much Skyrim did you play?
Skyrim?
Yeah,
I played it once. I played it all the way through.
not enough.
I know. There's so many other playthroughs I could have done.
There's still
But
so
me
many
no
to do.
time. Me no time.
I guess. But dude, they actually just dropped fucking an Oblivion remaster out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've talked to Mac about it already, because I already talked to Mac about it earlier, but like, it's so frustrating that they did this. Do you know why?
Why? I
So,
have no idea.
the team of modders has been working to basically remaster the game for like half a decade.
That's wow.
And now the actual like, and they've been literally remastering their own game in secret for I guess years now, because it looks so updated. It's so good. And it's like, dude, if the modders had known that they were gonna do this, they would have just stopped, because they would have been like, oh, okay, they're remaking their game, because that was the whole reason they did it, is because they weren't remaking their own game. Like, they were just taking forever to remake their own game. It was fucking bullshit. Like, they hadn't dropped anything Elder Scrolls. They haven't dropped any actual new games Elder Scrolls wise, besides Elder Scrolls Online updates and Skyrim updates, since Skyrim in 2011. And they've made a lot of content since then, but they haven't made like a new game.
No.
So it's like the Elder Scrolls 6 first trailer was 7 years ago.
Yeah. That is old.
So it was like, yeah, we're waiting for them to do this. And then like the team of modders was like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. You know, like hardcore fans were just like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. That was gonna die anyway. And then they're literally just about done with the modded remake. Like they was supposed to release super soon, and then out of nowhere, Bethesda actually just releases their own remaster.
Yeah. Do
Which
you
is
think they knew what they were doing?
who?
Bethesda, they were like, let's let them do it, but we're
I
just
I
swooping and just.
I honestly hope not, because it's super fucking shitty. You know what I mean?
But they can make so much money off of it.
Yes, but it's super fucking shitty to have people waste their time remaking their own game if they're gonna do it anyway. And it wasn't like you could shit on the modders for being like, why are you trying to remake a game that's already planned on being remaking? Because we had no idea they were gonna remaster Oblivion. Oblivion came out in 2005. This is 20 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, that was stupid. 20 years later, they're releasing this remake. So it was like, we didn't think they were ever going to do it. We didn't even think they were ever going to make... We still don't think... I still don't think they're ever going to make an Elder Scrolls 6. To be completely honest. I don't think they're ever going to do it. Anyway, yeah, it's really frustrating, and I talked to Mac, and Mac was like, I'm still just gonna be. He said he was still just gonna like. He wasn't gonna play it yet. He was gonna wait till the team of modders come out with their version. Which
Oh.
I don't know how that's gonna look. Because the Oblivion remaster. I mean, honestly, I would not call a remaster. I haven't played it yet. I've only seen like a tiny bit of gameplay. But I would call this a remake and not a remaster. Cuz the graphics are so updated.
Yeah.
Like it does not even look like the same game. Which makes sense cuz it's 20 years later, but it's like I would call this a remaster. Damn, I literally can't do anything with this.
Is it actually like a huge file?
I don't even know. I haven't even looked it up on Steam.
I'll do it right
It came out today. I thought they said that the rumor was that a trailer was coming out today. So I was like, oh cool, a trailer is coming out today for something Elder Scrolls related. And then they're just like available today, and I'm like, you're fucking kidding. Available today? That's actually insane.
125.
Yeah, dude, I don't give a fuck how many gigabytes it is. So when I say that this was the whole reason that I got a PC, I got a PC because of Skywind and Skyblivion was supposed to be like the modded, which was supposed to be like the modded remake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is essentially why I got a PC.
This game right here.
No, not this game. A remaster version. Basically just the next big thing Elder Scrolls is coming out with was the whole reason I got a PC.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
That and just overall upgrade. I mean, overall upgrade, but yeah, pretty much this.
I will have to buy again whenever there's graphics.
Dude, you
available.
should replace Skyrim. and then get it.
I will I'll be sure to do that whenever I find time.
I've been fucking around on Skyrim lately. So, I'm actually like maybe 20% way through a file. I'm like level 30 on one file. So I'm actually going to play that before I play this. I'm going to go all the way through. Finish a playthrough of Skyrim before I do this. I'm going to finish a playthrough of Skyrim. And I'm going to finish my Fallout 3 playthrough. And then I'll play this.
Yeah. So you got a bit of time.
I mean, if that's what you want to call it. It's stressful though, because like I would have waited. So here's the thing: if Skyblivion came out today, and it was like not super great, really fucking hard to play, this and that. I still really appreciate it. I really appreciate the modders making it. But it's like, if Oblivion Remaster is going to come out at the exact same time, and it's going to be just as good or better, I can't say I don't want them to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I still want them to do it. I just think it's inevitably going to be shitty, though. It's going to be shitty that they did it at the same time that the modders were doing it. I thought the trailer was going to come out, and it was going to be like late 2027 or some fucking shit, like Bethesda fucking does every time. I think this is the first time they've actually just said, hey, we did it. Here it is. And didn't have like a 3-year wait time on it.
Yeah.
So, I was expecting it to be ready. Huh?
Are they under like new management or some shit?
I don't fucking know. I don't think so. I mean, Microsoft did buy Bethesda. Or something like that.
That could do it.
So that might possibly have something to do with it.
Yeah, some usually like new management always helps the case.
But that happened years ago.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so if they had said like, hey, we're remastering Oblivion ourselves, it'll be ready in a year, 8 months. And then Skyblivion came out, I think I'd be a lot more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
But since it just came out right after they were like, hey, we're about to make this. We're about to release this. Oh, we're going to do it first. It's kind of like, oh. Kind of shitty.
Yeah. Their work's gonna go underappreciated. Even if they release it. People isn't gonna complain.
Skadoosh. That's a lot of damage. Are you playing Rivals right now?
No.
Oh.
I already got everything done on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I really don't want to overplay it, like especially on a weekday when I have other challenges to do and like the laundry I'm doing right now and all sorts of shit. Other shit that I should be doing. Anyway, yeah, the Oblivion thing is it's really exciting, but also really frustrating and confusing. And that's the thing, it's confusing, man. It's confusing because it's like I heard rumors about Skyblivion's dropping soon. Then I heard rumors that Oblivion Remaster's coming out, and I'm like, you mean Skyblivion? That's the same thing, right? And it's like then I had to look it up like last night and found out no, those are two different things. And it's like, what? The other thing is, Max says that Bethesda's making it to have a healthy competition with Skyblivion, which I don't think makes any sense at all.
They wanna dip their toes in the profits.
Yeah, I mean it's their game, they should, but it's been 20 years since the game released. But like, here's the thing, the modders are doing it 100% for free. Like they're literally going to their full-time jobs and then going home and working on this mod. Nobody's paying them to do it. They're gonna release it for free. I haven't even looked at what Oblivion's price is, but the Oblivion Remaster's price is, but it's definitely not for free. So it's not really competition. It's just kind of like they made it for profit. And then the modders are like, oh, well, shit. I spent years on this thinking that they were never going to do this, and then they did it out of nowhere. Like, if they had said 2 years ago or something that they were going to remaster Oblivion, I would have bet they would have been a lot more just, like, courteous. to everyone. But I mean, dude, unless like Oblivion Remastered gets like legitimately boycotted, which it might from the sound of some of the fans, um, dude, that's gonna have so many fucking sales. Like I would predict actually an insane amount, unless it gets boycotted, and it might be like a mix of both, so it probably won't get, still might get a ton. I mean, I'm gonna have to phone my uncle about this because he apparently he was addicted to Oblivion back in the day,
Hey,
20 fucking years ago.
damn.
It's insane. It's like literally the fans of this game are 20 years older now
Oh.
because they waited so long. I can drop that as soon as he does that, so it'll be fine.
A cult following.
Yeah, do that, do that. Come on, do that. Do that. Come on, baby. Come on, make it happen, Kevin. Come on, Classic Steve. Yeah. I could have just recast Lyndon. But now he has no flyers. Now I'll just drop this. Swung all out, eat dirt. Yeah, now he's gonna. No, he's still gonna block. He's still gonna block Lyndon. He's gotta. Just makes sense. I'm gonna need a land to cast that, so no. Yeah, another Lyndon. Another Lyndon.
Wowza.
What's this dude even do? Oh, that's actually really good. He could Sunfall. He did not have the Sunfall. And then now I'm 8 out of 15, 20 out of 20 on a Tuesday. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it right there. Did you play Fallout?
No, no.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
It's
Nope.
unfortunate. Okay, I'm actually gonna look at the game now. 'Cause I've been like actually putting off looking at it. I watched the trailer like 20 times at work. I was just like so mesmerized by it.
Yeah.
I was born 87 years ago. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era, and the final hours of my life.
The graphics are so good, dude.
I have seen the gates of oblivion,
Game. That's what I like about the new
beyond
games.
which no waking eye may see.
They always look better. Even
This
if
is
it
only the
sometimes
beginning.
lack.
Worse is yet to come.
I mean, it's just such a huge update from the original.
Yeah. I mean, 20. Yeah.
The time of cleansing
Hell, even a
draws
decade
Who
sometimes
now will
feels like.
save us from the coming
And this is
darkness?
2 decades.
Yeah, exactly. It's like first time when your grandpa saw an electric car and they're like, oh my god.
Here you must find
It makes
your
no
own
noise. Ooh. What happened to the car? This is not a car. Car no car.
Find him. And close shut the jaws of oblivion.
Where did it say it was? Where did it say it was had like a huge 80? What? I don't know where he saw that it had a huge
Scroll down in when you go down to the requirements. If you scroll down, you go to system requirement, you can see storage.
Where is it? System requirements?
Yeah, if you scroll down on the main store page of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the minimum and even the
125 gigabytes.
yeah, that's what it requires. So that's usually what we assume is how big the game is.
Honestly, that's big, but it's not like
It's
on
not
the
huge.
yeah, it's not huge.
Yeah, it's not huge. It's not the field's worth of hard drive worth.
Yeah. Well, Bingus was probably like, "What the fuck? It's more than 10 gigabytes! Oh my god!" Because he's playing on a fucking gaming laptop.
That's what I was gonna chop it down. I was like, he's on a gaming laptop. Fucking 200 gigs is a lot. Nah, I'm over here sitting with 2 terabytes in hard drive, just barely using 25% of it.
Where's the fucking, what is this? Now broadcasting? Can I watch this?
Yeah,
How do I watch it?
click on it.
It's not playing any noise or anything. It's got no sound. How do I big screen it?
Let's see. What this? Oh, well, if the live official review, is that the thing you're talking about?
This thing down at the bottom here.
Down at the bottom.
Oh, maybe it's this thing right here?
coming out into the world for the first.
Stop! You
I am
violated
lost.
the law.
I'm
Your
lost.
stolen goods are now forfeited.
Okay, I think I found it.
Your blood.
Okay. I am your
As
personal
games
text.
have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because there was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided as
Where's
2025
Smack at?
and paper
I don't know.
want to sprint.
He's probably playing Watch Dogs.
All of the character locomotion has been
No, he's
completely
not even on
redone from
Steam
scratch,
right now.
and that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
It was on an hour
Every
ago.
single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini games are the mini games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great. How's it go again?
Like lockpicking.
Oh my god,
Put a full
dude.
sort of pace on it, but you can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
Whether you're returning to
What happened?
Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
you will instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
The graphics are. I don't even think they're not the best graphics out there.
Of Bethesda Game Studios.
Well,
None of
it
what
is
we're surrounded
remastered.
by right now would be here.
Yeah.
If we hadn't
So
made
there,
that
so
game,
the
and if it
the
hadn't been the
when
success
they
that it
made the
was,
map or whatever,
the effort that we
like
put
when
into
they were
it,
making all the
sort of
player
the
characters,
love that went into it,
back
I
in the
think
day,
comes across on the
details
screen.
To
weren't like
have worked on
pixels
something
even. You
that
know,
people care enough
they
where
they,
you're
they
in a
didn't have that
position where you
much
can
to work with,
remaster it.
right? 20
It's
years
a
ago.
privilege.
So
I mean-
now
Help introduce
with like the
this
new
game
engine
to
and
a
stuff,
new
they
generation of
they
players.
can like
I
very
feel so lucky.
I really think that
every
people,
little
when they
minute
jump back into the
detail you
remaster,
can
they're
see
gonna
like
be
on any
shocked with just
brand
how
new
good the
game that
game
comes
looks.
out. There's a lot more like
Oblivion games
Black
look
Myth Wukong.
absolutely
Take that for
incredible.
example.
They're
You
just
run
gonna
that
find
shit on
themselves lost in
4K
the world.
ultra graphics.
Even if it's just the music, for
Shit will
example,
look
just
like it's
walking around
almost
for half an
realistic.
hour in the world, you feel something, and
Yeah.
that's precious.
Which
Did-
is insane to
Back to a
think
world
about.
Dude, the people that worked on this remaster are probably a completely different team than the people who worked on the original game.
It's fun. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah, they're
exciting
retired.
Because it's
Probably
years
People
later.
played the same game. There was a lot of
Except for that guy.
respect
Maybe that guy's the
and
same.
I think the fans will
The
appreciate
head,
that.
the head of the team stays the same. Everybody
From
else.
Yeah.
all of
is
us at
new.
Bethesda Game
If they don't have,
and Virtuous,
if they don't have gray splotches on their head,
Oblivion
it's-
has a very special
they
place in
probably
our heart,
didn't
and
play
being
the
able to
original
take this
game.
remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience.
No.
We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait.
I'm actually gonna fucking throw something, dude. What the fuck do you mean?
To announce that the Oblivion
Here's Elder Scrolls 6. Dead silence for 7 fucking years. That is actually an insane fucking statement. Oh, this one specifically, we didn't want to. We didn't want to dangle it in front of you and make you wait for it. But every other fucking thing we've ever done in life, you're gonna wait several fucking years at least. That is such an insane thing to say. What the fuck just happened?
The 20th of last
They
seed.
can do whatever they want, man.
Just went way too far back there.
I think
It's really special.
evolution's there. Remaster
Was I watching it live just now?
when
And hope of the Empire.
All the
Still
world
says
logic,
it's live.
but we use
but-
Unreal Engine 5.
but tools of
I want to go back to that
You will
the
find
quote that
your
guy
own
just had.
I mean, I
That was like right around
was my
here.
first Elder Scrolls.
I mean,
In addition to the core game, the remaster contains previous Emperor of Cyrodiil.
I think Dawn Cult.
I mean, there's
Time of
60,000
most
people
familiar with-
watching.
This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
Other projects in the past.
We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. It looks and feels.
My own dream. 5.
went to every
really special
Literally, I
piece of
don't know
world.
where it was just now.
that begin.
There's just
Take a look. Evolution
is
those real generals. Us. great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters. Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define
When they came out 60 fucking years ago.
Games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and
20 years
for
ago.
how we make games as a studio.
I mean, like,
when it comes to
Oblivion in 2005 to Skyrim in 2011.
the way they did then, but it's still a game.
For how big the games are, I'm totally fine with that.
Those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Yeah.
That's maybe a little bit long. I think
With this tremendous visual
from
update,
Skyrim to Oblivion, 6 years is probably a little bit too long. Like 5 years is probably 4 or 5 years is probably the sweet spot. I don't know, but they still kept on making so much content for it that it was like, you know, they might as well just never make a new one. They might as well just keep on updating the game they have forever.
Yeah. It's not a bad approach though.
No, it's really not.
A lot of the time people
You
won't
barely
mind
have to make a game. You don't have to make a game, you just keep
Yeah.
updating it.
Yeah, basically.
Basically
That's
just
what-
microtransactions forever.
I mean, that's what most BR games are like nowadays. And I mean, you get used to it after like certain games on like COD. I don't remember what exact day it would update, but like it would have a small update of like 10-15 gigs.
Dude, Warzone ended up having like 1,000 gigabytes of data for the entire fucking game, man. That shit was ridiculous.
Dude, do you remember like the Xbox files that you had to download for running Warzone?
Yeah, they had some update where like you had to download weird files in a weird order to actually play it.
Yes. And like if you had like certain bugs you were facing, you have to delete a certain files just so like the game would run smoother.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's all this horseshit?
What is this horseshit? Yeah, no, that was a time to be alive. Honestly though, like, what is it? I saw a meme today that was like, hey, it's 2020 again. The pandemic just started. Your online class is playing in the background, and you're taking an afternoon nap. And you can't wait to wake up, get big back mode, and just play Warzone all night with your homies. I was like, dude, me and Tim literally fucking did that shit day after day for like a whole fucking year.
Dude, yeah.
We went so hard. We enjoyed those online classes so much. That was insane. An insane time.
I think COVID first was actually like a sort of a break that was like neat. I don't know what it was, but it was well needed.
Oh
at
yeah,
that time.
dude. Going to online classes was just such a blessing. Such a blessing. I don't give a fuck whoever says like look, like it makes like high school weird for kids. It's like, okay, yeah, that kind of sucks.
Not really.
But it's like-
I really enjoyed my last semester where we didn't have any final exams because of COVID.
Yeah, no, dude, in college it was a fucking blessing, dude. In college it was a blessing.
Yeah.
Hands down, you had some sort of weird kink or disability for school if you like were not enjoying COVID online classes. That shit was a blessing.
Yeah.
That saved so many people's GPAs.
Big time. Yeah. No.
And it's like, in this day and age, you're expected to have a like high-powered working computer to take your classes anyway. Like you have to have the like the same technology that you need to be in a Zoom meeting or look at notes online is the same thing you'd need whether or not the classes were online or not. You know? It's like we're basically doing the classes online anyway. It's just that you're requiring us to go in person to do certain things.
What was it? In my data analytics class, or specifically data mining class, we're running this
Data mining class.
yeah, we're running this thing where it will like go through the data to create a regression model, right? And we would be doing that, and it would literally take. So my laptop, it has an i7 in it, right? And it has 8 gigs of RAM. No need for a graphics card in that, right? You don't need a graphics card to
Obviously,
run a laptop just fine. But it's powerful enough that it can run a lot of stuff. It was struggling to do that. And the data set wasn't even that big. It was like barely like 100 rows. And it was struggling. Like it legit took like 5 minutes to do that.
So the class required technology that you didn't have, basically.
Yeah, and the excuse college gives you is like, oh, just borrow one from, or just go to the computer lab. You're having problems. Like, dog, do I really want to go there? I gotta pay for parking. Then I gotta try and find a spot. It's like...
Yeah, I don't know what, like, campuses are in other towns, but, like, ours is fucking bullshit.
Parking is atrocious.
Like, literally, the way they expect you to just, like, fucking spawn on campus with, like, a fucking moped and be able to transfer yourself here and there. It's just like, oh, if you just don't have this, just teleport all the way over here real quick and grab this before you get to your class.
Dude, yeah, I have had schedules where I had to run from, like, one side of the campus to the other just to be on time. And I'll most of the time, if it's a discussion section, I won't even bother going. I would just be like, whatever.
I mean, discussion kind of takes attendance.
They do, but then I was like, is it really worth me running all the way, running like 20 minutes?
Is it worth the sprints through the rain, ice, and snow?
It's basically, yes, it was during winter time.
It's not worth the effort. It never is.
No, most of the time, no.
At what point did you stop going to lectures?
No, I always go to lectures.
You always go to lectures?
Only classes that are lecture heavy on exams or quizzes or anything like that, I will be sure to go to those 99% of the time.
You don't just look at you don't just look at the lecture PowerPoint online.
Yeah, but they do like attendance questions and you have to...
Yeah, so that's why you went. You went for the attendance questions.
No, but it's also easy to like understand the concept rather than like me sitting at a screen thinking like, oh, I'll learn it in like if I just read it 5 times. It's not the case. I'll probably forget it. I'll even forget fucking watching the videos.
I'll forget everything. I won't retain any information. I'll fail the class.
You asked me anything from like 2 semesters ago. 0 clue.
Gee, that shit went in one ear and out the other. I didn't need it. I didn't need the information.
Yeah, exactly. If it's one Google search away, why do I need to remember it?
Yeah, literally.
It's like, it's that simple.
I mean...
Never gonna use it.
I don't know about a Google search away, but it's like, you just don't need it once the class is over. Like, you just don't need that information.
And you know what's worse?
They
are prereqs for the other class I'm gonna take. And guess what? We never talk about it.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a smidget.
Everything you learned in the last class was actually a myth.
Yeah, legit one class was like that. Whatever you learned
it was all
class,
a theory.
Guess what? Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Hey, you know those 16 years of public school you took? Irrelevant.
One professor said it. He was like, They say it's a prereq, but I honestly don't believe it, and I don't even use it. And I'm just like, you could have just told that to the dean. He's like,
Dude,
they might have
the
removed
dean of that school is so fucking removed from the reality of what college even is.
Oh yeah.
He could basically be the dean of a porta potty, and he wouldn't even fucking know. He's just not involved whatsoever.
Yeah. I've only seen him once.
I've tried to contact him on numerous occasions.
Never a response.
Not even a little bit. His fucking assistants could not be bothered to email me back. Couldn't even be bothered to send an automatic email or anything.
Dude, legit. So it was last week was registration week, and my advisor brought up a concern that I already knew the answer to, but he wanted me to be sure, so he had me email the not the head, but one of the upper guys in that department. So I emailed them, not a response for literally a week, and then yesterday I emailed them and I was like, hey, did you get this email? I never got a response from you. Can you quickly do it? And then still no answer. So I went to her office, and the TA that was there, again, a student who has no idea what's going on, go and talk to him, and he's like, oh, just don't worry about it. She was out of the office. You couldn't have set up something just to say oh, I'm not in the office for fucking 4 days, so I won't be able to get to anything. Nothing.
Nothing. They don't care. Doesn't matter to them.
They don't. No. It's cool. Thank you.
They don't get paid.
No
They get paid to just literally be a figurehead. They actually do not have. They actually legitimately have zero responsibilities for their position.
That's what it feels like, honestly. We could do the job. Sleeping. Do it while napping, my guy.
She could be dead for 10 years. Nobody fucking know her. She's been out of office since what, 1977? I don't know.
We just never opened the door. It's just you find out
keep the door locked forever. Nobody ever goes in. Nobody goes in or out.
The last time she was spotted was 1988.
She didn't have any family or friends. Nobody knew her. But she did have a degree from 1850.
That's
back when a degree cost a fucking stool sample. You can just shit in a bucket and give it to somebody. Alright, here's your degree.
Oh, man. Dude, degree nowadays is also worth nothing, too.
Yeah, everything's worth literally nothing.
It's the degree is basically your foot in the door, but that doesn't mean shit if you don't have any experience.
You need a whole corpse and a half in the door nowadays.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking the way the economy's going, the way the hiring market's gonna be, I think we're gonna see a rough time just to find even a regular job.
That's what.
Even if it's a degree or.
That's what Wabingus is going through now. He can't even get a fucking job at McDonald's right now.
Yeah, but he doesn't have anything under his belt.
Yeah, I also don't think he's really trying that hard. It's really surprising to if you told just the average person that they need to get a job right now, a job period, it's they could probably fucking do it.
Yeah, he's not trying that. He's not even putting time to make his resume. He's having ChatGPT do it. I understand.
I mean, there's not a problem with that. He just has nothing to put on his resume. His resume would be hey, I almost passed a couple college classes, and that's it.
No, even because
I have a GED. That's about it.
Well, I know he's applying at McDonald's and stuff. They won't be able to recognize the difference between a fucking ChatGPT created resume and a regular created resume.
Yeah.
They don't have enough brain cells to do that. But if you were to apply to a actual position somewhere where there's someone who is smart enough, they can probably just read it and be yeah, this was not created by a human.
Yeah, but who really gives a fuck if AI created it? Is it lying? Is ChatGPT lying about their skill set?
No, but the way it's written, it's hard to follow sometimes, and the way, if I were to hire someone, I'm gonna look at the first 3 lines, and then if that checks all the boxes for whatever I'm hiring for, then I'll move forward with it, right? But if I read it, if the first 3 lines are just bullshit, then I'm just not even gonna take the time to look at the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think that's how they do it most of the time, and that's what I've been told by multiple professors who worked in like corporate industry. They're like, "Oh, we glance at it, and that's basically it."
Yeah, resumes are kind of pointless at this point.
Yeah, it's like your resume should be good enough that it gets you in an interview, and then interview is where you need to shine. And once you do that, if you're able to secure a job with that, then you're good. If not, then back to square one.
I even think the interview is kind of bullshit because you could just get good at doing. Oh, that shit's burnt as hell. You could even just be good at doing interviews. Like that's really like it really comes down to that. It's just how good are you at taking an interview? How well can you bullshit yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. Who was it? Well, you know, at university where I work, right? They've been hiring just the most horrible people I've seen.
The worst humans ever.
Right, because I don't know if like they're trying to be nice or whatever, but they've been hiring people with disabilities. A lot of literally the recent few employees that we have gotten either don't speak English and they're put as cashiers. Like, as cashiers. They don't even fucking know how to read.
That ain't the right spot, man.
And I'm just like, who is doing this? I feel bad if it's Chris doing it, because I'm just like,
which one's Chris?
It's not her.
Which one's Chris? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah. I had a hard brain fart for a second. I was like, wait, who?
I really hope it's not her, and she's just being forced to hire these people. Otherwise, it's really bad.
I mean, isn't it up to the supervisor where to put them?
Well, I guess some part is that, yeah, supervisor has to decide where to put them. But another problem is a lot of the employees that have been there for a while are like, I'm not working with that person. I'm not working with that person, regardless of what you say or what you do. And then they just have to kind of work around those stupid constraints set by these employees who have been there for over 10 years.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy walking by there and seeing the people that still work there.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to go inside anymore.
It's weird to think that you and Max still work there, honestly.
I'm just working there until... Well, again, I'm not working this summer at all. I'll have...
Because how old is Mac now?
He's a year older than me, so I'm 23. He's probably 24.
He's probably 24. He's been there 6 years now. I was there for, I think, 5.5 years.
Yeah. That's
more like 5 years. I was employed. I think 6 years I was employed, but for 2 years of that I wasn't really there. So I more like altogether was there for like 3 years, and then I had a year gap, and then the last year gap. Because I basically was still employed, I just wasn't working because I was focusing on finding a job after I graduated.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to deal with it.
And Chris kept nagging me. It's like, do you want to go back to work? Do you want to come back to work? Do you want to come back to work? And I'm like, eventually I was finally like, okay, no, just fire me. Take me off the list. I'm done. It wasn't that bad, but it was kind of like, literally every time it was just like the same thing over and over again. And I'm like, yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she did the same thing to Cade. Dude, well, Bingus's fucking situation was so goofy because he just, like, stopped taking classes, so he wasn't a student anymore. And then Chris was like, well, you're not a student anymore, so we're going to have to fire you as a student, but you can come. And it was kind of like, I think they just kind of said, all right, you're done. But, like, they didn't really tell him, like, hey, you can come back as a regular employee. They didn't really tell him that.
I don't think they wanted him.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Cade, that's no big deal. You just get hired as a regular employee. And Cade was like, I can do that? And I'm like, why wouldn't you be able to do that? And I'm like, did they not tell you that?
I don't believe they would have offered him that. I don't know why.
You don't think they wanted him?
I genuinely don't think. As hard it is to say, but that's just what it was.
Jesus.
I think who was it? Sonel told me about it. She was like, "Do you think they're gonna hire Kate?" I asked her, "It's like, if Kate's not taking classes, do you think he's gonna be working here, or what's the case?" Like, "Oh, they're probably not gonna." And I was like, "Why? Is there a reason?" He's like, "I don't know. They're concerned about his hygiene." And I'm like, "Huh? I don't know.
Really?
Maybe.
They're concerned about his hygiene?
That's what she told me.
I mean, well, Bingus has not had the best hygiene, by far.
But there's other people with worse hygiene.
Yeah, I mean, like, his hygiene is just genuine, general, like, teenage boy bad hygiene. It's not like anything insanely... The only thing insanely atrocious about him is when he just refuses to shower for days on end.
Yeah.
But that used to be so much worse, man. It's so much better than it used to be.
Yeah.
But he does do that thing. He does do that where he just kind of, like, says, like, well, I don't really have to get out of bed today. I mean, I'll go through from my bed to the chair and to the toilet and back. I mean, nobody's here to smell me, really. And then, like, the day he actually needs to leave the house, he's like, oh shit, I forgot I haven't showered in a week.
Yeah.
And that would be really fucking bad, but he's not that bad anymore. I think he showers at least every other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if anything, I thought it was just his remembering and cognitive function and ability to get up and work, because I know he does that thing where it's kind of like, if he's not being told what to do, he'll just kind of stare off into space and not do anything. I figured that was the problem, is that, like, there were multiple times when they caught him just not doing anything. And he was, like, legitimately just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what to do. I already did this, and you told me to do that an hour ago. I finished it in 2 minutes, and you haven't given me another task. Like, he can't retain, like, this is a job where you should be moving almost constantly, you know?
Yeah.
There's not really a reason you should sit and do nothing for an hour, but it's like, he was also given, like, the most boring fucking job there, where you literally would just stand there and do nothing for hours at a time.
Yeah,
I did the marketplace. Yeah, I did the marketplace once, dude. I literally took a nap for 2 hours. There was literally nothing to do.
Yeah, that's literally, there were people who did, like, homework and shit while they were working, and I'm just like, that is great, but
And you can't blame them. They do the stalking and they get it all set up, and then it's done.
yeah, no.
The best you can do is, like, go over and help FDR.
And even then, you don't.
And even then, there's probably not shit to do over there either.
Yeah, most of the time, no. Yeah.
Oh, this chicken's still so
Scheduling
fucking raw.
is a huge problem, though, right now.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. Because I would. Okay, here's the thing. The only reason I don't work Saturdays anymore, because they started scheduling me for only 4 hours. I'm not gonna fucking waste my time for 4 fucking hours.
I mean, a lot of people do that. A lot of people will come in for just 4-hour shifts.
Yeah, no, but okay. You know how they? So you know about this. They have the 10:30 to 2:30 shifts, and people work 5 days a week. That's only 20 hours.
Yeah. Part time.
You're working part time, but it's taking up your whole day.
I mean, it depends on how closely you live to work. I mean, like, if it's like a hop and a skip, like, if you get to work, if you can get ready for work in 10 minutes, and it takes 10 minutes to get to work, that's just like,
Yeah.
that's less than an hour of commute. I mean, people will sit on their phone for 5 hours a day.
Yeah, I guess that's also fair. But I'm just thinking, like, a regular work week, you probably have to work 2 jobs then.
Well, yeah, if you're paying bills, but if you're working part-time, you're probably not paying that many bills.
All of these people?
But a lot of people are just, like, living at their parents' house, man. I mean, what
I shouldn't comment on that.
You're saying, like, man, these people who work 4 hours, 5 days a week, that's only 20 hours a week. What the fuck are they? What are they? How do you live off that? Man, it's like, dude, you're kind of in the same boat.
Well, I'm good at school. Otherwise, I would be working fucking.
Yeah, and there's people who are moved out and like have a roommate who do even less than that.
Yeah.
Like it's you know it's you can still live like that. What if they're only part time and they're not going to school or anything else? I'm also kind of like, what the fuck, you should probably be doing more.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you're not working towards anything else, like that honestly doesn't make any sense. I know people like that, and I'm like, yo, you gotta find something else to get going on. Like if you've got a passion, like a non-profit passion that you're just, you know, like you got all your majority of your bases are covered, you're not really planning on being super independent in the future, and you're just like, man, I just want to chill and be really into my hobbies and only work part-time, you know. I mean, that's a choice.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't make it because all my life I've been like, I need to be independent, I need to be independent, I need to be independent.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
I think that should be most people, though.
It's not.
It should be the case.
It should. Should it be?
It should be. I don't know.
I mean, I think it really is a good idea for people to live with each other. You know, it's really not a good idea to. I don't think it makes sense right now in United States society for everybody to like go, gotta be super independent and buy my own house, because there's just not enough houses and not enough space for that. There's not enough resources for everyone to do that. There's not enough resources for everyone to do that now, and there's not enough resources for anyone to do that in the future either. You know, like it's only getting worse. Like,
yeah,
50 years from now, I don't think there's gonna be any one person living in one household alone, unless they're like, you know, the outlier, unless they're like the 1%. It just doesn't make any sense.
But in the United States, I think we still have a bit more time compared to like.
Oh yeah,
countries.
We've got a lot more time than most countries. We still have some sort of our ratio of population to land.
Yeah.
I'm fucking up where the numbers go, but it's high or low, whatever it is, depending on other countries, in a good way, in a good sense.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of lame because it's like, it's the 1% only owning a shitload of land that could easily be sold off to other people, but instead they force them to rent it off. Which it's like,
which is fine.
It's gonna be shitty either way, but it's kind of like, it's gonna be shitty for somebody, it's gonna be really good for somebody else. I'm not gonna like shit on capitalism. It makes the world go around, but it does suck to kind of just be locked into, well, I'm not gonna get this or that, I'm just locked in here.
I think, but honestly, the way you did it was probably the better way to do it, since like you only lived in and you only rented for like a little bit, and then you were like, this is stupid.
Me?
That's the realization that most people don't get.
You saying I did that?
You did that, right?
Yeah, here's the thing though, is I had the money to buy.
Yeah.
It was my mother who was like, Dude, if you move out, you're gonna fucking die and be homeless. You're gonna be homeless and die. And she drilled that into my head for years that there's no way I'm ever gonna be able to move out unless I go to school for 80 years and become a super doctor. And then maybe I won't die on the streets with my pants down by my ankles. Literally just drilled that into me that I was basically a failure right off the bat for the rest of my life. And basically said the $30,000 in my bank account after high school meant fucking nothing. And so I was like, well, I guess I gotta rent. And, you know, it was right after I got like I had a job, and then I had a job, and then I had my job for a couple months, and I was like, the money's looking good. I'm not really spending it on anything. I should move out. So then I got an apartment, and then I started actually really, really looking into the logistics of like what it would cost to like buy property. And then after a year, I was like, why the fuck did I ever rent? This is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
It's a terrible experience, a terrible idea, it's terrible. It's not even an investment, but it was just terrible to do that. Like I had about the same amount of money from when I rented an apartment to when I bought a house. I had like maybe a little bit more money when I actually bought the house, but like not by much.
Yeah. Because that's the difference. Because you got it. You know what I mean? You had the understanding. Like, okay,
Yeah.
This is stupid. A lot of people don't have that.
Well, a lot of people also don't have $30,000 sitting in their bank account at all times. I had that because I worked all throughout high school and college.
Yeah, but you understood that you had to do something about it, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just like you didn't realize it overnight. You had that
Oh,
understanding.
I kind of did realize it. I kind of did overnight realize that my mom was bullshitting me, and I could have easily bought a house.
But I think back of your head, you kind of knew. You knew. Otherwise, you would not have moved out if you didn't know even in the slightest.
Well, I moved out because I was sleeping maybe 4 hours a day tops, and it was stretched out between multiple periods. It was like maybe from 8 to 9 p.m. I was able to get some sleep. Maybe from like 4 to 5 a.m. I was able to get some sleep. Because the motherfuckers I lived with would never stop making noise. It was just noise constantly 24/7. So really, ultimately, 99% of the reason that I moved out was because I needed to go somewhere where I could actually sleep. Like the 1% was like, okay, I have the money to move out. I'm fucking out of here. And my mom was like, you can't move out, you'll be homeless. And I'm like, I would probably get better sleep if I was homeless. But the years and years of sleep loss had just taken so much of a fucking toll on my physical and mental health. It's ridiculous. I'm still recovering for it. I'll probably be recovering for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep is good.
Yeah. People wonder why I'm so obsessed with sleeping. It's because I used to literally not be able to sleep. I couldn't just take a nap. I literally never could.
That I had no idea about.
Well, I've been like vocal about it when it comes up, but it's like, you know, people talk about it and it's like, meh, whatever. But it's like you don't really realize how fucking dramatic it is until you're actually in one of those situations where you're literally just a subhuman entity in a house full of overlords. And it's like, it's not like a master-slave thing. It's more like you don't get the space, peace and quiet, peace of time, anything. You just don't get it. You're not allowed to have it.
Yeah.
And you have no say in it. You have no say in the matter. You are just here to suffer. Like, obviously I could play video games 24/7 if I wanted to. But
it's not worth it.
Yeah, what I wanted to sleep. I wanted to sleep. I could not sleep. There was no being allowed to sleep. I'm pretty sure the motherfucker would get home or wake up and make absolutely sure that I was awake with the amount of fucking noise he made.
Yeah.
It was absolutely insane. But, you know, that's honestly, if it weren't for that situation, I would have lived at home for like probably another like year or two.
You would have saved like the 10 more grand or so.
Oh yeah, at least 10 grand. Ooh, yeah, more than 10 grand, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, it's like $1,000 for rent, and then the utilities were probably around 500. So that was half my paycheck.
Yeah, the only reason why my sister's gonna be buying a place of her own, even though she has like a bunch of loans, because the rent is just stupid.
Yeah. You know, don't rent. And live with your friends. Get a roommate. Don't. It's like you think about how bad it is, like living with somebody, like potentially living with somebody.
Yeah.
And it really 100% depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, oh, well, living with somebody is always gonna be stupid to some extent. The extent is very small. Like, you could have 0 problems living with somebody and just be happy that you live with them. Or you can be completely miserable living with a fucking criminal.
Yeah. That's why it's just better to live alone than anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's better to find somebody you want to live with than just live with them. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying like if you think somebody's gonna be risky, don't do it. But I think you should always be looking for somebody to share the load with, if you can. Because it's like, realistically, think about how much physical space you take up, and then think if I had like a near clone of me that like wasn't gonna bug me or bother me all the time, could I fit that person in here? If the answer is yes, you should probably be on the lookout for that sort of opportunity, because you'll just save so much more money.
Yeah.
Plus, it's better to be around somebody socially. If you have problems being social, that'll also help you be more social. Just being comfortable being in the presence of somebody else, which obviously you don't like probably even think about that ever because you live at home. You are living with people.
Yeah. That never crosses my mind. And I'm more social than anybody in my family, even though that might be a bit.
Really? You're more social than your sister?
She is shy as hell. She will stay quiet in a corner if she were to.
Isn't she like getting married soon?
Yeah.
I know, she's kind of got you there, man.
Yeah. I'm not. Dude, my plan isn't to get married though. My plan is world domination by becoming rich and just dying.
Okay.
After becoming rich.
Alright. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, I guess. I suppose. I mean, we're all allowed to dream.
No, I got too many expenses in my head. I know there's too many.
Getting married will help reduce those expenses.
Tax benefits aren't that great for being married. I mean, they're all right.
Living costs.
Yeah, but I gotta buy a rock. I gotta buy all that.
No, you don't. You really don't.
They're gonna want it regardless.
Fuck them. You lay out the benefits right there in front of them. Look, get a little bit of this, get a little bit of that. You don't cause no trouble, and we cut the rent in half. A lot of people in the lower class are gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that 100%." As long as you're not too gross, I don't give a fuck.
like I'm not completely against the idea, right? But the only thing is, yeah, the way I am, it's just
What do you mean the way you are?
the way I am. It's just the shit I say, shit I do half the time.
You find somebody that's okay with it. They're out there, man. They are.
Why do you sound like Trump?
What?
They're out there.
They're out there, man. They're
They
out
might be
there.
in China.
Don't worry. They might be in China. They might be in Mexico. But they're out there.
They might get deported.
They might get deported. You might wake up and ISIS in your room, looking under your bed. And you gotta hold in the fact that they left 3 weeks ago. But they're out there. Yeah, I cannot do a Trump impression.
It's not bad. It's halfway there.
It takes too much brain power.
That is also true. You have to think so much.
I think it's not the fact that I haven't heard him enough. I think it's the fact that I haven't heard enough of a variety of what he said. Because he yaps about the same shit so much. It's like, I can't make shit up. I have to say something he's already said.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm gonna hop on Fallout in a minute here. I really shouldn't. I should probably just go fuck to bed.
That's what I should do. It's almost past my bedtime.
Yeah. Fucking hate this cycle. Working
and
just working and coming home and cleaning and sleeping and working again. It's just
yeah. That's why I say my expenses are too much because hiring a butler is so much cost.
Yeah.
It's just to do all your shit.
And then I get to the weekend and I'm like, dude, I really don't want to do anything. And everyone's like, let's be social, let's do things, let's go see family, let's do this and that. And it's like, no, I just want to go home. Fuck everybody. Just want to go home and game, man.
Oh, that's Mac after that.
Dude, literally.
Mac's just gonna be like, I don't want to go play Magic with them. I hate the game.
Yeah, but like, how often does he like get out on his days off? And plus, he has way more days off.
That is also true.
So it's like, dude.
Okay, I don't know if he told you this one time. Okay, this one time, Friday morning, so around like 8 or 9ish, he made a drinking game out of some Rivals video he was watching from a streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And he was 8 beers in by like 10 or 11. Not like 11 in the morning.
On a Friday. Man's living the dream.
I was just like, really? 11 in the goddamn
Was he
morning?
he was just doing this by himself?
By himself.
That part's a little strange. Usually you play a drinking game with somebody.
Exactly.
Unless like the drinking game was already facilitated by like the stream or whatever.
No. His own doing.
What was the drink
concerned.
whenever what happens? Do you remember?
I do not remember. I don't think he gave me any details because at that point I was like, what are you doing?
Drink whenever they holy.
It's like I got back from class and I'm like, you wanna do Rivals? And he's like, sure. He hops on and as soon as he speaks I could just tell he was drunk. and I'm like, did you drink? And he's like, yeah, I'm 8 beers in. And I look at the clock, it says 12 a.m. 12 a.m. but like 12
You mean 12 p.m.?
Noon.
Yeah.
I'm like...
And that's when I looked at the clock and I realized the man's day drinking. Successfully, I might add.
I was like, this cannot be healthy.
I mean, as long as he doesn't start back up at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It really doesn't matter what time of the day you do it.
Yeah. But it's still like, you know what I mean? It's still odd. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, day drinking is a bit odd to the common folk.
No, but like if it's with
Did he even tell anyone, or did he just hopped on and turns out he's doing this today?
He was like I have nothing to do today, so I just made a drinking game out of that, and I just that's what he told me.
Bro could have done anything. He decided to do that.
It's concerning. That's why I was just like.
When was this?
This was not too long ago. I think Cade joined us to play Rivals that day too. But I think it was like either last Friday, or the week before that.
I think he broke his sobriety a little bit, but I wouldn't be concerned. Everyone's allowed to day drink on a Friday every once in a while.
Yeah, no. It's fine. A lot of the times, whenever I don't end up getting on or doing something, since like I was busy, and I will like hop on the call later on, and I'll be like, "What have you been doing? I was just doing this drinking game." But,
he does drinking games often?
Yeah. Most of the time, he would be.
I did not know this.
No. And why do you think I was concerned?
That might be concerning if he's doing it every time you get on.
Like, not every time, but you know what I mean. It has happened oftentimes that I remember it.
I think maybe 3 or 4 times I've gotten on Discord and he's been like, "Yep, this is what I'm doing." Dude, every time that happens though, he always falls asleep on Discord, and there's always some weird fucking noise that goes on in the background. As if he got fucking kidnapped by lizard people, and you can just hear the footsteps and the background noises of the lizard people as he's snoring or something like that. There's that one time where it sounded like he was drowning. Just over and over and over again, drowning noises, and we're like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Funny guy. Funny guy.
Funny guy. It's a fun guy.
Fun guy. I'm surprised he's not on. What's he doing?
Either he was.
Has he not been on for a while?
No, he was. I saw him in class today. And he was fine. I texted him not too long ago, and then I don't know if he saw any of the. I think he's sleeping. 2 hours ago. Yeah, he's probably sleeping.
Man's eepy. Man had a long day of considering whether he should buy the Oblivion remaster or not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it. It's just like when to actually buy it, and then when am I actually gonna get to it?
Well, I guess it's not gonna be on sale anytime soon, but maybe next winter sale, or like 6 months from now it might be on sale.
Mac already put it on his wish list.
Oh, that was a given before it even got released.
I can't believe his picture on Steam is.
It's not him.
It's not him. It looks just like him though. Wait, how long did you think it was him?
Ever since I've known or seen his Steam.
You've always thought that was him?
That was him. I always thought that was him.
Oh.
It's just like a very weird.
And he's like, He's like, no, it's Vsauce. And I'm like, bro, I will be straight. You and Vsauce look fucking identical when you zoom in on your faces.
Yeah.
Fucking identical. Like, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, no, I see Mac. I don't see Vsauce, I see Mac.
Yeah. It's like an optical illusion.
It literally
The
is.
more you stare at it, the more you stare at it, the more alike they look.
Yeah. Like, maybe that's just who Vsauce is. Maybe he's Mac from an alternate universe that's older and decided to just go full bald. Because, I mean, that's pretty much it. Hey, Vsauce here.
I think eventually he's gonna do that. I don't know when, but
I keep telling the crew I think we should pitch in and get him a piece.
peace.
Yeah, get him a piece to have him shave the stuff that's hanging on top and get like glue a patch of hair on him. Cause literally, dude, I was actually like, I've showed pictures of him to women before, and they've been like, he's actually really attractive. The only problem is his hair. Like, literally just his hair and his confidence. Like, literally, if you just fix those two things, the dude's swimming in it. That's all he needs to do.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, my man, just need some confidence. You just need to get the fuck out there.
It's a long toe you're asking me to do.
Not really. You just gotta grow a pair and do it.
I don't know if my $1 million car would like that idea. I think they would be like, that's throwing a wrench in our plan. I don't know. Maybe someday.
Maybe.
Maybe right before I retire.
What the fuck? You mean right before you retire? That don't make no damn sense, dog.
No, I'm talking in this sense. Yeah, I want to retire at like 40 if I can. Just travel the world. Nothing else.
Fuck.
It's a very weird living situation. Hence, social norms are not my thing. I cannot attest to marriage, kids, settling down. Too much work.
I don't even know if I can play this right now. I'll just play a little bit of... I didn't actually get to it. I'll just end up playing Skyrim before bed.
Scrim!
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna hop off, eat,